Hello there. I'm Jennifer Wilner, co-founder of Business Connects. Today is Friday, April 9th, 2021, and welcome to the Business Connects Meet the Members interview series. Every week, I connect you with another one of our members who's decided to spend some quality time with me behind the camera for about 25 minutes. While you're watching this, if you would please let us know where you're watching this from. And if you're watching this on the replay, could you let us know that too? That would be great. Now, Business Connects, if you're not sure, we are a business networking organization originated in Edison, New Jersey. And we have chapters throughout central New Jersey, 8 chapters throughout central New Jersey, including virtual online groups that meet using the Zoom platform. Our members represent a wide variety of businesses. They are representatives of companies as well as entrepreneurs. So I invite you to meet the rest of our members at businessconnectsnj.com. And let's get into it. So joining us this week is Steve Giamboi. Steve is a mortgage originator, originally from Brooklyn, New York, and has been a Union County representative. Union County resident for quite a few years now. Steve lives in Cranford with his wife and family and has his business in Cranford as well. Steve is a veteran loan originator with over 35 years in the mortgage industry, a graduate of Fordham University with a master's degree in sociology, and the New York Institute of Technology with an MBA in finance. Very highly educated gentleman. Steve is well-versed in all types of mortgages, FHA, VA, conventional, and renovation loans. He's an affiliate member of the Middlesex County Chamber of Women's Council of Realtors in New Jersey, and the Garden State Board of Realtors and the Middlesex County Association of Realtors. Networking is important, and Steve gets it. So without further ado, let's welcome Steve Giamboi. Hey, Steve.
How are you?
Good afternoon. Great to see you. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join us today.
Happy to be here.
So let's get this started and have a little fun. We're going to talk about some favorite stuff. So tell me, I know you're originally from Brooklyn. We won't hold that against you. You're not really a Jersey boy. Springsteen or Bon Jovi?
Oh, good Lordy. I'll go with Springsteen.
Okay. Favorite ice cream?
Always chocolate. It's got to be chocolate.
Okay.
Any mix of chocolate and anything else.
Fruits or vegetables?
Vegetables. I'm not a big fruit guy.
Okay.
Not at all. Vegetables.
Good to know. Now, when we're not in independently owned coffee places, are you a Starbucks or Dunkin' guy?
Neither. I tell you, I wake up in the morning and make my coffee for myself and my wife.
Okay.
So this is how you make the coffee. I'm like, okay, great. I make it every morning, and it's the best. It's better.
Okay.
It's better than Starbucks.
Nice. All righty. Last thing you binge watched?
Oh, Outlander. I like the Outlander.
Me too.
Yeah, it's a
Very
great show.
cool.
It's got everything I like.
Uh-huh. Favorite app? Like smartphone app?
Not a big app user.
Okay.
The only apps I use is the company app because I'm always working, with the mortgages. So we use an app called Blend, and it's great. It organizes people's work and everything, and people are able to apply for a mortgage with it. So yeah, that's about the only one.
All right. If you could have one book on a desert island, what would it be?
Oh, I always loved this book. When I was younger, I read it, Watership Down. Did you ever read that?
No. Watership
It's a
Down.
book about rabbits, okay? But it's rabbits that are like, you know, I don't know, animated or whatever you want to call it, like, and it's a story about like their adventure because one of the rabbits is like clairvoyant, like he can see into the future, and he predicts like the whole rabbit village is going to get destroyed, and it's a whole story about their journey to create a new rabbit village. And
Okay.
it seems like a silly thing, but once you start reading it, you get into it.
Okay.
You can't
Yeah,
put it
there's
down.
like some life applications in
Yeah,
there.
check it out. Watership Down. Yeah.
Watership Down. Okay. Thank you for joining us, Leah. Okay. And least favorite sound?
Kids yelling at me.
Kids yelling at you. Okay.
I think that's every
Like
parent's.
yeah. And
They
tell,
always yell at dad. So.
tell us one thing that's not on your LinkedIn profile.
Oh, I don't know. Big sports fan. Love sports. I can't get enough of sports. Listening
What's
to
your
it,
favorite?
watching it, and playing it. I played tons of tennis. I love tennis.
What's your favorite teams?
Probably anything in New York. In New York, Brooklyn. Of course, Brooklyn. I guess that's that goes to the
We
top of the list.
understand.
That goes to the top of the list. So but yeah, that's yeah. I watch all the New York teams. I watch the baseball, the basketball, the hockey, the football, you name it, I watch it.
Okay. All right. So I know not to bring you any Jersey sports, anything. It's got to be New York. All
Yes,
right.
exactly.
You got it. I understand. Okay. And my next question for you. So we're going to talk a little bit about some business stuff.
Okay.
So before we get into that, tell us about you personally. Anything, we didn't want to talk to. Open forum, whatever you want to talk about.
I guess I'm on here because about mortgages and which, quite frankly, you go to any network meeting, people are always talking about the major topics always seem to be about real estate and mortgages because it affects everybody. Anybody who wants to buy a property, own a property, invest in a property, it's always a topic of conversation. So it's let's kind of talk about that today,
personally, right? Okay. So what prompted you? You are currently with Federal Savings Bank in Cranford?
Yep, I'm in Federal Savings Bank. We're actually going to be opening an open office in Cranford in summertime.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, we've already got a space marked out, but it's a little difficult right now with COVID. So, not everybody's back at work, and most people are working remotely in this business as well as, a lot of other businesses,
Right.
So,
and what prompted, if we can ask, what prompted you to join this particular bank versus any other?
Well, I like working with a federally chartered bank because if you work strictly for a mortgage company, you kind of need a license in each and every state. So I do business in New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and I get quite a bit of business down in Florida and North Carolina. I did a few loans down in Georgia also, because you have people commuting, not commuting, but people moving up and down, from our area down to those areas. So, and some of the realtors are doing business down in those areas. So I get referrals from that. So with the federally chartered bank, you never have to worry about, licensing in every state. You are permitted to do mortgages in every state in the country. So it works out perfectly too. Yeah.
And so then how would you say, is this new normal affecting your business?
I think it's affecting on how we underwrite, appraisals. It doesn't affect our day-to-day business because we can be very centralized and we can be uncentralized. We could have we have people working from home now. A lot of times I'm working from home, so that it doesn't really affect the production and getting the loans done in the time frame that needs to be done. But I think right now the sheer volume of loans, COVID has caused like like a tsunami of loans
Right.
where most companies, I think all companies have been affected one way or another. They don't have enough staff to handle the volume. People told me like, you should be happy, Steve. You're doing so much business now. And I'm like, oh yeah, well, I kind of feel like that farmer who, prays for some rain and instead he gets a flood, It's like, I don't
Yeah.
want the flood. I just wanted a nice sizable amount of rain.
A nice steady kind of flow
Exactly.
of it, right? Not
Exactly.
the deluge of
Right.
Yeah.
And
A little
so,
sprinkle here and there would be good.
right. So this past year, we've been kind of like drowning in loans. Like it's been
Mm.
really unbelievable. I mean, record setting for just about everybody.
And
So
would you
it's
say it's majority of like new homeowners or refinancing?
At first it was a deluge of refinances. As a matter of fact, back in like April of last year, they said there was like 25% of people that had mortgages in this country were refinancing.
Wow.
That's a tremendous amount of business. And that continued, maybe not at 25% clip, but the refinance business continued for even to today. You're still getting, quite a few calls on that. But then the purchase business went up, especially in our area. You can't always speak for all areas, but in our area,
Mhm.
you have people either fleeing the cities, they wanted to go to suburbs, they wanted to buy a house because they realized they live in a little apartment. They can't really
Right.
live in it. It's all right when you're commuting to work or whatever, but when all of a sudden you wake up and like there's no work to go to and you're stuck with, 10 by 10 room, it's not
Yeah.
fun, you know. Um, and it also could be a precursor to how people are going to be working in the future too, because you hear talk about a lot of companies not looking to reopen offices or reducing, office space because hey, people are working great from home. They're may even be more productive than they've ever been.
Yeah, yeah, they say they are. There's a saying I heard that we're not working from home, we're sleeping at work.
Right, exactly.
Let that one sit in.
Well, listen,
Um,
I've been used to that for many years, working quite a bit at home, and sometimes you don't know when to stop. Like
yeah,
it just
exactly. You're
segues
like,
into
oh,
the
I
night.
can just go in the other room and get something to eat and then come back, as
Exactly,
opposed to going out to lunch with colleagues or going to sit outside and eat your
exactly.
sandwich on the bench outside your office to get fresh air,
Right,
kind of
right,
thing. Yeah, let me go do
right,
the laundry. I'll be right back.
right.
Different. It's very different.
Exactly.
Um, and do you have any thoughts on keeping up your daily routine, especially since we've been in the pandemic? Keeping up your daily routine and how that's helping your business since you've had such a deluge of work to do.
I tell you, it's been extremely challenging because it has been overwhelming, and it's something that you when you talk about any business, when you get to be successful and expand a business, it's not an easy thing to do because all of a sudden, you're getting more work in, but the same amount of time to try to get that work to move along and get production ramped up. And it's not easy. It's been I think it's been fairly stressful, very stressful in
Mhm.
our industry, um, the mortgage industry, because even my coworkers, they've all been they're tired.
Yeah.
There's nobody else to say, but they are tired.
So
So
what's the trick? Do you have how to stay balanced and not have the burnout? I mean,
well, I one thing I've really done is I've gotten up much earlier than I've ever had in the past. Like if I got up at 6:37 and got the day rolling along. Now I'm up 5:30 at times just to get going, and then and then I'll work a little bit into the night. Though by the time the nighttime comes, though, it's a bit exhausting at that point,
right.
And then I try to get up a little bit earlier to try to do something in terms of um, exercise. That's really important. Like try to burn off that stress So
Absolutely.
and at times when the weather is nicer, I'll try to go out and play tennis in the evening, because by that time my mind, you just could do only so much, work. So you go out, you get a good workout, a good
Get it out.
sweat up, and then you sleep a little better during that time,
Absolutely.
without the stress.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And they say that, sitting is the new smoking.
correct.
So we have to exercise and get more cardio.
Right.
And even if that means, and that doesn't mean big fancy gym memberships for
No.
those who can go. There's lots of things that you can do, from home on very, very little money.
Yeah, well, I tell you, I use these exercise bands. I found them to be, I used to do the weights, but the exercise bands, I feel you could get good workout. And as you get older, it doesn't stretch out your joints as much as doing the weights.
Right.
So I found them to be great. And I think, folks get away with stuff like that. You don't need a lot of room to do those exercises. There's so many things out there that you could do in the home.
Mm-hmm.
I do always recommend, I know my wife and my daughters, they we have a personal trainer that comes in, once or twice a week, which is a great thing because they impart, some wisdom on how to do the exercise properly.
Right.
So,
Proper form and
exactly.
So on. Mm-hmm. And you need to, if you love tennis, need to stay in shape for your cardio to be able to keep up in that game. We seem to be having a tiny little internet situation right here. Steve looks like he's frozen on my end.
Okay.
Hopefully he can jump out. There we go. All set.
Yeah. Exercise. I think exercise is the key. When you're home, you're not out, you're not moving, whatever. It's you need to make time for that.
Yeah, definitely. So, Steve, would you touch on what your involvement with Business Connects has been like and how it's impacted your business in any way?
Yeah, I think Business Connects is a really great organization in terms of networking, and they help to organize the networking too. And it's not, and it's very open. It's not like a BNI or a tip where, you got to be here at a certain time. You got to contribute. It's expensive. Because I've seen, been involved in other, networking groups where it has been, the expense isn't worth the effort to go there. But here you get to meet a lot of different folks from different fields. And I was just thinking on Wednesday, we met at the rail side in Fanwood, and we had interesting conversations about different things, because you get people with different backgrounds in business, so I really enjoyed going to the meetings and talking to the different folks that show up in the different businesses that you get to meet. It's fun.
And you feel like do you find that you learn from the other members?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
You get attorneys there, financial folks, insurance, social media folks like yourself, and that's all great stuff that you learn about. And there's other things too, like other businesses that you don't even think about,
Right.
So it's good. Yeah.
I mean, we have members that and quite a few new members recently that pretty much you could be looking for money for a business, you could be looking to trademark your business. You can, if you need the social media or the brainstorming, I mean, and then there's your house, all the home products,
right?
Between appliances and, I mean, there's pretty much almost everything. And if there's not, then feel free. If for anybody who's, for those of you that are joining us, if you're not part of Business Connects and you're interested, by all means, please do join us and check out the website and learn more about us. I think I had another question for you that just slipped my mind. Okay, I think that was it. So that's gonna wrap up our Business Connects Meet the Members interview series. Steve Giamboi, thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate it. And if you want to learn more about Steve, well, first of all, Steve welcomes your connection. We've included Steve's contact information in the chat below, which will appear on Facebook and YouTube. And Steve's also on LinkedIn. You can connect with Steve on LinkedIn. And I will give you that link. Right, Steve? You're cool with connecting with people on LinkedIn?
Absolutely.
Okay, fantastic. And all right, so if you have any questions, please do reach out to Steve. And we look forward to you opening your new branch, your new office.
New branch office.
Summer 2021 in Cranford.
That's right.
Fantastic. All right. Well, thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Have a great weekend. And please join us again next Friday right here at 3 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube, and meet another one of our fantastic Business Connects members. We'll be on Fridays at 3 p.m. through the end of May, and then back in June. Lots of people to meet and lots to learn. Thanks so much, Steve.